We want to start with that breaking news for you this morning, that overnight fire that threatened homes for a short time.
Today in the Bay's Bob Redell is live near the scene in Pittsburg. And Bob, we see the lights still on, but is the fire still burning?
The fire is out, and that's the benefit, according to Contra Costa Fire, of this being December, where you don't have those humidities normally you'd have in the summertime or the drier fuels. So you can see behind me here, we're on Bailey Road. We're a couple miles south of Highway 4 in Bay Point, and this is what started the fire around 1:50 this morning. You see this vehicle, it caught fire, and from there it spread up the hills. They are still investigating what caused this vehicle fire, but the issue was there was a lot of wind last night. It's still a little gusty out right now, but there was a lot of wind, and what happens when this car caught fire, the wildfire went up the hills and it burned about 50 acres. The Cal Fire also showed up here along with Con Fire. They ended up calling for 3 alarms. One of those alarms was just for structure protection, because on the other side of these hills is a subdivision that has a number of homes. Con Fire says that it did get close to those homes, probably within 30 feet, but the one thing that saved those homes, and this is an example of something we hear about often, is a defensible space.
The communities in Contra Costa County Fire's area annually complete their weed abatement, and in this case it specifically assisted firefighters by tying into the existing disc lines and abated areas adjacent to homes. It really did help us save these structures.
So if you want to come back out here live, you can see up the hill here, and it's dark. It's hard to tell how steep this is, but this is one of the challenges that firefighters have when fighting these kind of wildfires, is the steep terrain. The grasses here are about 3 to 5 foot tall before it got into that zone of defensible space where the weed abatement had taken place, as you heard the captain just mentioning. But right now, the firefighters, they're pulling their hoses off this hill. You can see that truck up there is backing down the hill, and they'll be leaving here soon. So right now, Bailey Road, as you're coming south from Highway 4, once you get into the hills, is shut down. But these crews will be leaving soon, and they will reopening this road. One thing the captain was telling us is if this was summertime, they would not be leaving yet. They would be out here throughout the morning, but here we are in December, a week and a half away from Christmas. You've got, again, these cooler temps, and the fuels aren't as dry. There's still some dryness here because obviously you have this fire, but they're not as dry as they were in the summertime, so they feel fairly confident they can leave this scene and they're not going to have any flare-ups, so they will have some patrols up there. Reporting live here in Bay Point along Bailey Road, Bob Redell, Today in the Bay.